Conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so today I'm going to show you all the authentications and policies related topics. Okay,
Okay.
so how to enable the authentications and use it, how to modify the policies and use it accordingly. Okay, and the next session, which is tomorrow we'll talk about the complete this part, secret engine,
Okay.
using the key value, and we will also use some sort of database. So this one, and after that we'll use with some applications. I'll show you the demo.
Okay.
Okay, so now let's get started. So first thing, we need a Vault latest utility, right?
Mm.
So download, this is the one, and this is for
Mac.
Windows, Mac. So let me install this. Sorry, my bad. So I'm installing as a like a utility, so it will install in the different locations. You can download and run also, that's not a problem. Okay, so Vault we have installed, good to go, right? So now what we need to do, so the first thing, we need to start that Vault server. So this is the way, you know that last time we start the Vault server. Every time you start the Vault server, you get the root token. If you want this, I close this by mistake. So you want to make it persistent, you can run
Mm.
as a services and non-dev mode. So that is something which we have. Now this I have lost it, so I have to open up a new client, correct?
Mm.
So this one. Now you can just follow this instruction if you want. Why this system is not responding? So export command is for the Linux. You can set this. You don't have to set again and again for this. So Vault is already there, so that should be okay. This is
Okay.
unseal key, which you don't need it. And this is a root token, which we need it for login. So we set this. Now after that, from the client, you can log in. So here it is. Now token we have for this is here. So I logged in as a client.
Okay.
Here it is. Again, read this policies, which is the next topic, and see here. That means this policies, as per this policies, I'm having every access actually. And this
Okay.
policies, you cannot remove it actually. It's a built-in hard coded. Okay, you can
Mm.
add another policies, but the root is something which you cannot modify. Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay.
this is something which we have. Next topic we'll discuss actually. And here, if you see the token, assessors, and few more things. So that's all. Now, same thing which we did last day, which are the authentication method which we have. So auth list. So by default, you have a auth list. Now I want to enable two authentication method. One is a password based and one is a role based, correct?
Yeah.
So how do we do that? So here it is, user pass. See, let me remind you, same thing you did in the UI part. Okay, but this is something which you have to work with a command line. I enabled, and now if you see that, two authentication method supported by your Vault. That means token also will work now, and user password base also will work. Now there's one AppRole also. These are the inbuilt actually. So here these are the three one. There's one more, but right now it's not needed. So I think overall 4 is inbuilt. You can enable without any extra configuration. But let's say if you want to do the Google authentication or something else, you have to do extra configuration in the Google part, correct?
Yeah.
So like this, these are the 3 method I enabled, which is a built-in for the vault. Okay, now how can you add the user and password? So here, this is important. In order to use it, you have to tune it. Tune means, what is the tune means? Tune means, if you put it in a simple way, see, you added it, that authentication method, but something you have to refresh it, something like that conceptually. So that we call it a tuning. If you don't tune it, you will not be able to use it. So this is the part of creation processing. See, you just enable it.
Yeah.
Something like that we call it, no? You install some plugin, so you have to restart or reload something configuration, right? So something like that. So here you are tuning it, okay? And
Hmm.
tuning also adding some descriptions. So here I enable it, but didn't add it a description. So you can add this description and your company name, you can put it up. So like this. So user pass is the API format, and what do you want. So here you can give that for which company, which department, which projects you want. So let's say motor share, correct? And now
Yeah.
you tune it. Now if you see that here, this is for the motor share, correct?
Hmm.
Same way you can tune this AppRole also. This is for the global analytics. Got it?
Okay.
Okay, so now both authentication method are readily available to use it. Now what to do? Nothing great. You have to create a user and set the password and log in. That's all. So how do you do that? So uh, let me remind you. In UI it was very easy, but in command line you have to understand the path concept. Okay, remember everything in Vault is API. If you remember in this image here, everything functionality is accessible through the APIs. Okay, API means it's like Vault itself is offering through API, whether you connect through the command line or UI or what API, it is API. Vault support API. Okay, so how do you know that? Which are the options you have? So this command will be helpful for you. Path-help, but path-help, but for which? So we enable
Hmm.
auth type, right? Authentications. Here you see auth list. So we enable auth, and which one we enable? So user pass. You can see this in detail here. See here, path, AppRole, user pass, token.
Okay.
Okay. These are the auth is a root one for this one. Okay.
Okay.
So get a help. This is for learning. Nowadays Google and ChatGPT will save a lot of your time, but
Mm.
this is for learning, So help. So you see here, first thing, look at this. Do you want to list out the user? Here it is. Do you want to update the policies associated? Policies the next topic I'll discuss. Do you want to create login? Here it is. Auth user pass login. Do you want to manage users allowed to authenticate? List the users by username. Here it is. So these are the pattern. Again, regular expression, you can use it. So I know this is little odd, but if you get, if you're a developer, this is
Mm.
something you have to do that. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, Others, UI part and all will be there anyways.
Okay.
So this is a every options in a user pass endpoints. All options you have login, users, and so on. Okay.
Okay.
So like this. And now if you go inside that users, what options we have? So you can traverse a little bit down and see here. This is the complete details. Manage users allowed to authenticate. So like that. So for documentation purpose, you can see that, but I would say many people don't like it nowadays because of ChatGPT, and Google will give you a better one.
Okay.
Okay, so if you have a user, let's say this is a username, something, so you can check that one also. But right now I have not created any user, so this will show you nothing actually.
Mm.
See here. Okay, so this is not real user, but something here when you pass, where is that command? This is users. Oh, sorry, I did not pass this. See here. So I pass something, and here you see, I
Yeah.
mean, this is just help, right? So in the user part, what options you have? So let's say I'll put it in this way. Let's say you are the user
Mm.
and you want to set your password, TTL,
Mm.
hash. You want to attach to the some policy. By the way, it got deprecated. Okay, deprecated means not removed. Still it will work, but it's in future it will be removed.
Okay.
Okay, these are the user property you can set. Some of the property you can set yourself. Some of the properties admin can set.
Okay.
For example, this user should be having access for this and that or whatever it is. So in short, UI, if you see, it will be more better, but this way you can check this out. Now
Okay.
the question is, um, how can we create user? So I want you to practice little bit of this one here and just spend some time here. It will helpful for you because these are the commands you need to work if you are in a DevOps team or programming team.
Okay.
So here, when you say read, so see, read the data and retrieve secrets. When you say write data, configuration, and secret. That means, in simple way, anything you want to do on Vault. When I say
Mm.
anything, means you want to read any objects like auth, policies, user, secret, read. You want to write, delete, delete, list, list. So these are the very simple. Typically, you call it a CRUD. Any objects you have, you can create, read, update, and delete. So
Delete. Okay.
here, write, delete, and list. Okay, understood?
Mm. Yes.
Okay, so here, this one is for the login. Any user who wants to log into the Vault, they can log in. Now, when we set up a cluster, one sessions will dedicate for setting up the clusters also. So right now I'm using the same machine as a server and same machine as an agent. Okay, but in real time, when you send a production environment, you need to set up a server in different machine, agent in different machine, and so on. So whenever you want to start the agent and server, then this is something which you can do that.
Okay.
Status, I think any user who logged in can run this status, and you want to wrap up your secrets. So unwrap a wrapped secret, unwrap. Okay. Now these are the commands, extra commands we have. Not frequently used, but if you are admin, some of the commands you can use, or some of the commands is available for users also. So anyways, we'll get into that. So what we are doing, so we are writing user, we are creating user. How? So auth, user pass, users. This is the, here you might have seen this. Hmm, see like this. That's what I said. Endpoints, if you want to know. See here, you got a users, correct?
Okay.
Right. So here, auth, user pass, users. What user? Null.
Net.
You can pass this special stuff also, but right now no need to complicate. And what is a password? So tacos. So just copy paste, clear the screen. Remember, this is a logged in as a root token, and see you created. So I created this one. Now you want to same thing, you want to work with a app rule, which we enabled here. Two authentication method, one password, one app rule. So here you can check this. So
Okay.
So here these are the what is okay. Sorry, this was a auth list. Just a second. Name was wrong. Auth list. What is the name? Auth AppRole, right? Yeah, AppRole. Okay, so these are the options you have with the AppRole. Okay, so see a lot of things you can do that. Okay, you can log in also and work with the app, and so okay, so yeah, you can go again if you have created app role, you can go like this and so on.
Okay.
So right now I have not created any app role. I have not created any app role. So here, let me create app role. So what is app role I created?
Web
Name
app.
of the app, web app, and role name and secret ID num uses. Just the spelling mistake. Sorry, I did not copy entire thing.
So when we create the app role, right? I mean, like that web app. If you see the path, auth app role web app, right? So web app is something which we are creating now, right? So is it possible to actually mention a path which is not existing earlier while doing while using this write command?
No, you this say everything is path. So if this path is not created, not written, so
Mhm.
how can you read or do something? So that is a problem.
So
So
the path is already there. The web app path is already there.
no, I created just now. You see here.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. On the write command, if there is that web app, so basically these are kind of a folder like structure, right? So for example, if
Ah,
web app folder is not there, so this write command will create the web app role in that particular web app folder
yeah,
with that particular
oh,
path, right?
right. So it was. See, I'll tell you. Auth is there by the vault the moment you start.
Okay,
AppRole was not there. So I enabled it and tuned it. So now you
okay,
got this one available. Now
okay,
automatically rule will be created automatically. The moment you
okay,
enable this one, no, rule will
okay,
be created. Now this directory will be empty. So now
okay,
web app will be there. I mean I
okay,
created
okay, makes
and name
sense.
of this web app. And here what you're saying secret ID num uses one and secret ID TTL two hours. What is the meaning of it? So this
Uh,
role web app can be
uh,
used only once for login. I repeat, only once
okay,
for login. And
okay,
this TTL will be active for 2 hours. That means once you log in, you will be allowed to access the resources for 2 hours.
okay,
Okay. So here
okay,
you can see this is a very good for the one time or multiple, that way. You can create a role. How many times this users will be allowed? Let's say you set some condition saying that I want to provide one time login only. So
okay,
this way a role can be used actually one time login, and this will generate some secret, and using that secret you can log in. Role can log in, and after that login, that secret will never work like that.
okay, got it. So once it is like an OTP, we can just use for once, right?
Yeah, once, something like that. Okay, so this is something which you have. So I wrote here, and here is the same duplicate command. I think this was a pattern and this was an example. Okay, so this is the way I created what. If you look at the pattern, I enable the two authentication method today, password based and role based. And then after that I tuned it. After that I just told you how to see all the options available for the H endpoints. And
Okay,
then after that we created one user and one role, and there's only one time use cases.
okay,
Okay, so now time has come for trying that user is working or not. So this I have logged in as a root, right? So let me
uh-huh.
go to the new session, because new sessions will be and I set this one. Okay. What happened? Oh, sorry.
Dollar.
No, login. Duplicate one, and then clear the screen, and then here done. So now you have to log in as a this user techos or something like that, right? Why is it Naden
Because it's a
techos?
password. And
Techos is password. So login. So Vault login. Okay.
net.
Now here it is asking token. Why? Because the moment you type login, default authentication method for the Vault server right now is token based. That
Okay.
is the default. So control C. I don't know what to do. So that is where you have to tell, hey, I want to
User
use
pass.
method user pass. Okay. So now it will be changed. And then username, you can pass it if you want it or something like that. So here and tacos, right? TACOS. Now this user has logged in, and you see this user's token and policy is default. That means every user who's logged in to Vault will have a default policy, depends on what access you'll get it.
Okay.
Understood?
Yeah.
So this is the user created. Now let me close this. Is over because session based, right? Now I'll go to create one more client and Ubuntu and the screen login. I mean, so not login, set the things. And now I am going to just, this is done. This is done. You can check the more options at the login front here. Okay.
Mm.
And now this one is for the reading the role ID. Okay. So the problem is role ID, it was, I mean, you cannot run using this command because you have not logged in, you see. You
Okay.
cannot, you don't have permissions, right? 403. So permission denied. So what we do? So let me do through root. Sorry, let me do through this. So I'm reading the role ID. Oh, what? How come login got? Just a second. I don't know what has happened. So let me log in. Oh, session got timed out, maybe something. Yeah. So this is the role ID. Okay.
Okay.
So once admin will create any role, no, then admin has to provide the role ID. Okay.
Okay.
So role ID. Okay. And role ID, you got it. This you can pass on the command line also, but it's easy for me to set in the here and set this carefully so I can use multiple times. Now I am going to write a secret ID. So here for the role ID there will be one secret ID. This admin will fetch this. Okay.
Mm.
So let me get the secret ID, and remember that secret ID TTL2 number of users. Now this is the secret ID, remember. So this I will set as a variables. Why we are setting, it's a one-time activity to use the login for role. So secret ID, no sorry, secret ID done. So guys, this is, so once admin will create a role ID and role, he has to collect this data, role ID and secret ID. Okay,
So is
now
it like a role ID is kind of a username and secret ID is kind of a key associated with it?
correct, yes. Using this only you can log in, others will not be allowed. Okay,
Okay.
so now what I do, look at this very carefully, nothing
So I have a
great.
question. So when it comes to in a kind of a programming kind of a where or maybe a developer is trying to write a code to get the secrets from the hashy side, right? And if they are
Mhm,
actually using a app role authentication method, so is it
mhm.
like we are we will be mentioning this role ID in the code and then we will provide the secret ID and using that they will be logging in.
Yes, yes. Every time you'll have to generate this one. Actually. The
Every
secret ID
time
will.
time we will have to generate, or is it like for a particular, so is it like the secret ID will be changing continuously?
Yes, secret ID. Changing depends on that your use cases, whatever you said. So
Okay.
in this case, mine has to change. Why? Because one secret ID will work only for one time and 2 hours. Correct now?
Okay. So for example, if I'm actually executing a code, so should I have the app role ID won't change, right? So
Rule
may
ID.
yeah, so maybe after 2 hours or something, if I need to log in, I mean the code need to execute, and in that execution, if it needs to authenticate with HashiCorp, so should there
Mhm.
be any kind of a command like vault write -force or auth
So your
app?
program will have access to the vault, and they will see basically what will happen. Role ID will be created by admin,
Okay,
and what your program will do every time, they will fetch this role ID and secret ID and send to the end user will have this one, and this one it can be in a browser or some program, and he should be able to access. So this is a secret ID and role ID, which is important.
okay. So for example, if this particular secret ID got expired at that point of time,
Then
then
he
what will
will
happen?
generate a new secret ID. You can make this as a self service also. Remember, uh, you click on that OTP generate one more time after 30 seconds. So previous one will get expired, and the new one will be generated for you.
So is it so in program in programmatically also we can do that if it is expired? Is that the case?
Yes, yes. Everything I'm doing through API only. No, this
No.
command can be run through programs also. API.
Okay, okay, got it.
Okay, so now I got this role ID and secret ID. Let me try to log in. So this is the easy way to log in. You look at this here. Write auth AppRole login. So what you are calling login. Which one? AppRole. Here we set the variable here. Let me set the variable. I have forgot. Copy, paste, copy, paste. Done. So now I set this all both the things. Now let me try to log in. See, login, you got the token, login token for this app role, and rest of the things you can see. Okay,
Okay.
now I will log out. Okay, see right now you logged in, right? Here you see status, and now I will log out. Sorry, log out to the this one. Force. Some issues there. Maybe the endpoint got deprecated or something. So I'll check later. So now you logged in. Let me show you one more time this command. Ubuntu and try to log in one more time. What happened? Oh, sorry. This is the same. Yes. Something is wrong in the session, I guess. Let me open up a new session. Ubuntu. And then this is the same session, right? Clear the screen. Ubuntu. Set the path. Okay. And then try to log in one more time. So I have to set this one also on one more time, right? 1, 2, 3. See, so login was not allowed. Same secret and same role ID, correct? But first time, if you see the previous session, it was allowed, not this one. Let me close this guy. Here it was allowed. Understood?
Understood.
Okay, so now what we need to do, this is the curl request for the same thing which we did here. Okay, same thing, curl role ID, secret ID. So programmers, if they are doing from PHP or Java program and all, Python and all, so they will do something like this. Okay, so for this. Okay, so now we have worked with this one, how to disable that options. So yeah, it's very simple. If you think you want to, you are admin, you want to disable it, so just go ahead and disable the user pass. Okay, succeeded. And one is AppRole succeeded. Now again enable it, and one more time. So this is the way you can work with authentication method, user and role.
So we'll have to
Understood
do
now?
the tune also, right?
Tune only once you have to do after creating. Enable, disable, you can do as you want.
Okay.
Okay, so this is something which we have. Now let's discuss about the policies. This is the important one. So
Okay.
see, this user got logged in. See, login is okay, but he was not having any access. He was having only the access to the default policies. Okay.
Okay.
So how do we set the policies? That we need to discuss. So let's understand the policies, correct? So as part of this session, we will understand the what is policies, okay, and how can you create, how can you assign the policies, okay, that you have. And then policies means authorization. Okay, authorization means what you are allowed to access. How can we set? There is a default policies you have, and root policies will I write this policies which you cannot change anything. So like that.
Okay.
Okay, so here policies you can set in any uh, format, something supported by HashiCorp. Typically HashiCorp support SCL, HashiCorp configuration language. Okay,
Okay.
so you can write a policies and attach to it. So here you see these are the ways to define the policies. This is the one policy, default policies. If you remember, every user who has got the created a user role, he will have access to the default policy. And as part of the default policy, some path will be allowed to access. Okay, some path will be allowed to access. So here if you see this path, this path, this path, this path, like this, it is allowed. Okay, so here this path will help you allow token to look up their own property. This one allow token to renew themselves, you can
Okay.
renew, allow tokens to revoke themselves. So for everything there's a path actually. Okay,
Okay.
so the question is, what is policies? So policies is written in SCL or JSON. SCL means
Okay.
HashiCorp configuration language, and these files which you have located in the path list, and it contains that what path, what capabilities you want them to be accessible. Okay, so these are three things. Look at this. In this is a very simple HCL, and in this SCL you are saying, hey, uh, first one, look at this path. This is the path. This content path only. So in this path, one style of path you can give that, okay, some path in vault. So that means at that path it will be having access. In the path you can use regular expressions also. So that way you can generalize that access. So second one, if you see anything inside the Globo web, okay, should be, that means this secret, that means users should be allowed to access all the secrets stored at the secrets Globo, and any secret starting with web. Okay, so that is allowed to access. Now here user is allowed to access secret Globo, but Globo 1, Globo 2, Globo 3, like that, and then anything which is API key. So this way you can design that users should be allowed to access what. Are you understanding?
Um, so, so basically, we will be providing the paths to the secrets, and then,
No,
uh,
no, no. See, I'll put it in this way. Everything, not only secrets, everything in Vault, whether it's authentication method or users detail, app role or secret, has a
okay,
certain path. Remember,
okay,
path.
okay,
Now the question is not about having path, that we know that. The question is the user who logged in,
okay,
which path he should access, that I am talking about. Which path? So
okay,
this path you have to define in auth policies actually.
okay,
So these are the example of path. In this, these are the example of path. Let's say in your policy file, if you use this one, okay. So in that
mm,
case, that user whom you attach, this is the user whom you attach these policies. Okay. So he will get access to this path, or this path, or
okay,
this path. What access, that we have not decided, but path. This is the one. Make
okay,
sense?
okay, yeah,
Okay. So now you look at this here again, some pattern of the path. Here you are using the some regular expression, but some of the uh, other examples here we can use the entity name, ID, and stuff like that. So many see, this path will depends on your application's requirement. Okay,
uh-huh,
so that way you define. So it at a high level is a path. Now, what access you will give to that path? So primarily there are four access. Okay, look at this. Standard CRUD. You can create, user can create to that path, or read through the path, update through the path, and delete to the path. Okay.
okay,
So here, and list also, sudo also, and deny. Sudo is for the root actually, and you can deny also user. Okay.
okay,
So these are the ways you can add a capability. So policies will have a two things. Remember, policies will have a two things: path and capability. So if you see this example here, you have a one path, and here you are saying, hey, you are only allowed to read access. Another path, if you see anything in the web app directory, anything, star, okay, you can read and list. Got it?
Yeah, understood. So it's like capabilities is like the permission for that base, what the policy provides, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So this way you can create your policy file. This is again one path, and you see capability create, read, update, delete. Again, if you want to deny, look at this. You are saying um, Globo web app, anything, create, read, list, update, and delete. Last one is deny, privileged. Under the web app, there's one secret directory, privileged, star, that you are denying.
And I have a question, like for example, if I am actually giving this access to an application, right? So uh, will it be like I will mention the app role here and to that app role, or when I create the app role, I will attach that policy to that app role and I will create it. Is that the way this works?
Uh, uh, Say, and this is not about the application.
Okay.
Anyone who wants to log into, please understand this way. Anyone who wants to log into the vault, they required either a token, whatever
Mm-hmm.
I explained so far, either a token or username and password, or app role secret ID and app role ID on secret. Agree?
Yeah.
So these three I have taught about it.
Yeah.
Now, these three people, whoever is logging through code or command line or website, I don't care.
Okay.
But the question is, after the login, what access you will allow? That policies we are writing. This is the one which after the login, this
Okay.
policies will be applicable.
Okay. Got it. So,
Okay.
my question is like, Rajesh, like, for example, if when you talk about a user or when we talk about an app role, right? So, will this particular policy be created specific to an app role or a user, or how is it, or is it at a general
You can
level?
attach this policy to any user
Okay.
or policy, any user or roles. No problem.
Okay. Got it. Makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
So
Now I understand.
the moment, let's say we created a web app role last time, you attach this policy. Now, app role, the web app will be having only this access, no other access.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
These are the policies. So yeah, some of the scenarios. Let's say junior administrator need to manage secret engine and follow the principle of least privileged access.
Okay. Okay.
No access to contain the secret engine. Solution: create a secret engine management policies. Create one policy for secret engine and assign a policy to junior administrator. Simple. Use case: grant access to accounting secret engine. Deny access to privileged information for regular accountant. Allow management of metadata. So what you have to do? Create accounting policy. Add a deny rule for privileged path. Add a access to the metadata path.
Okay.
Okay. So now creation and assignment. Okay. So how can you create? So let me show you the command for it. Look at this. I'll show you that through demo also. So first of all, which are the policies you have? So you can run a command which is vault policy list.
Policy.
Yeah. So this will show you all the policies what you have created. Now you can read the policy, one policy in detail. Okay.
Mm.
Example, you have a policy which is called secrets management. You want to read it, policy read. You want to write a new policies or update the existing one, right? If it is existing, it will show you that SCL. If it is not existing, it will create it. That's a behavior of right.
Mm.
If you want to
Okay.
delete the policy, delete command. Okay. And you write a policies in SCL guidelines, let's say SCL standard. So you want to format it properly through command line. So FMT.
Understood.
Okay. So that was the, I'll show you the demo just first understand.
Okay.
Now, after creating a policies, you want to assign to someone, right?
Yeah.
To assign. So if you see that here, you are assigning these policies, okay, with a token. So here, what you are saying, those people who will log in with the token will have this policy attached to it. What policy? The one which you created previously, secret management. That means those people who logged in with the token, except the admin, remember, root, sorry, um, who will have secret management policy. Now, what you allow, which path you allow or deny, it's up to the policies, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, how can you attach to the any person who has logged in using user ID and password? So if you see that here you are associating with the user. Okay, user. What
Uh-huh.
user we created last time? Nerd,
Net.
right? Yeah. So here you are attaching that policy, secret management. So Vault write the location and then policy. Now here, third one is like you have created any identity solutions. Identity solution like using AWS or Google Cloud or something like that. So you can use the entity identity and accordingly you can set this. That's the example. So this is the way you can assign the policies. Okay, so now let me create a policies and assign to some user. For that, you have to follow this one. Okay, so now this you have to, this is already done. Login is done. Policy list. So this is my root account. Okay, policy list. See here. So how many policies I have? Currently, I have a two policies. One is default, one is root. Root you cannot do anything. That's a hard coded. Default is one. That means any user who logged into the default, he will see that. Now, can you see that policies? So here, vault policy red and default. See, in this you have given access. See, good for example.
Mm.
So see here, this path read, this path update, this path update. Again, you see that. So
Yeah.
this is just good to understand actually. Okay. So now what to do? User pass enable. I have already done so. Created a username Ned and tacos. Done.
Okay.
Now this is important. Create one policies. So here you see policy, write name of the policies, and then this file. This will be SCL. Okay, so it will create a policies. So create the, you have to do as a root. What is this? So that file is not available because that file, this file, SCL file should be available in the current directory. So I don't have it. So go to the bottom section of this page. Hmm. So this is the file which is
Okay.
hosted the gist. Create
Mm.
this file.
Okay.
Okay. So vi. So what you are allowing this path mount, and this
Create,
is
read,
access.
or update. Yeah.
Yeah, and here you are saying, hey, this policies will allow access to the mounts inside, but at a mount level will not be allowed. Correct, na?
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
mount level only root read will be allowed, or it maybe deny you can do whatever you want. Okay,
So
just
anything
save this.
comes inside the mount that will be allowed with create, read, update, delete. But for mount, it's just the read permission.
Right. Yes. Now go up and little bit go up. So now you can create a policies. Done. Now see the list ready. You know that.
Yeah, secrets
Now
management. Yeah.
additional policies. Now this policy I need to attach to the net, right? So you can list, you can read, and now what we did, I forgot the path. System mounts, sys mounts. Okay. So this is the way you can list and read the policies.
Okay.
Now what we are doing, this is the topic which I wanted to cover in the next session, but
Mhm.
we need now. What is that? So if you remember this image, in this image, this I'm talking about the policies, but secret engine where the
Yeah.
secret gets stored, correct
Yeah.
now? And
Mhm.
one of the secret engine I said, which we have with a vault by default, which is key and
Key
value.
value. Yeah.
Okay. So what I am doing here, here I'm enabling the one one secret engine. I repeat, secret engine. That means database, you can say, kind of. This is accounting where the secret will be stored,
Mhm.
but in what format? So
Key value.
KV format, key value format. And here you have a two version of key value, version 1, version 2. So version 1 is the older one, version 2 is the latest one. So key
Okay.
value 2.
So is there any
Okay.
difference in the functionality of both?
Yes, there are some certain difference. Key value is much more advanced and bug fixed with it.
Okay.
We can discuss in this secret engine topic.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here we have key and value. So this I am doing this for few activities, only for to understand whether you have access to a key or not.
Mhm.
Okay. So this I am enabling. Now I'm creating one secret named with D101. This is the key.
Okay.
Okay. So accounting which you created here, and then API tokens you can store in this path, and D101, and the token will be here. Key value, key values. And here there is a, please understand, under the API tokens I'm writing privileged, and P101, that's a key and token. Make sense?
Yeah. Makes sense.
Four secrets I'm storing it quickly just for the demo. So let me do as a root. Done. Whatever. You have root access, that means no issues. Done. Okay, so I created, this is a short tutorial. This is how, I mean, next session also we'll do in with a discussion, without
Okay.
discussion. Now I'm creating one more secret in, I mean, sorry, policy,
Policy. Yeah.
accounting. So let's see that accounting here. Look at this. This is account, no, sorry. This is the accounting SCL. Please
Okay.
understand. In the accounting, what you are saying, accounting data inside that create, read, update, delete. Metadata also list. Data, API token. Remember just now I created. Deny. Privilege token should be denied. Okay. And here data and metadata both should be denied. Correct now?
Yeah.
So here go to VI accounting, copy as it is, and save this. Done. Now go back to the command line, and where is the right? Somewhere here. Okay.
Hmm.
Enter. Done. Now you want to see this. Okay, this is the key and value. Remember API tokens.
Yeah.
Okay, and here how many you have? D101, 102, 103 privilege, right? It's a root, so I have access to everything.
Okay.
Okay, you see the privileged also. I have a root, so I'm showing you with intention, right? And then you want to get the token for that. See here, this is the token, correct? This is
Mm-hmm.
the key, this is the token,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay, so now you got this as a root. Now what I'm going to do, I am going to check this using the normal user. So
Mm-hmm.
where we are going to do, so I'm going to assign to the net. So how do we do that? So just a second, there is one command which I am finding missing,
Mm-hmm.
and that is, so this is a fixed one. It's here somewhere. Okay, so this is the command. Okay, this flow little bit broken because I fixed it. Oh, this is the root session, so that's not a problem. Okay, this is the root session. I did this. Okay, so let me do that. Okay, it was a good flow, but I misunderstood. So you have to try. This is the root session, okay, which I did. Non-root session. Let's try. So let me create a new window and Ubuntu, and see here. Now you know dot. I'm getting little lost in the white screen, so I'll just ignore. This black screen is for the user. Okay.
Okay.
Now I will log in using NUD. So I'm logging using NUD and tacos. So black, now I'll not get confused. See here, and tacos. Correct. What
Mm.
happened? Uh,
Invalid username or password.
Password was tacos, right?
Yeah.
Just TACOS. TACOS. I created. I did not remove it.
We disabled that user pass at some point.
Ah,
So
okay. Yeah, and it was a dev mode. So yeah, let me create it one more time. I forgot that. So TACOS, done. So now I've logged in as a tacos, right?
yeah.
Now he'll have a default access. So now I want to run the same command with that. And now let me show you, not this one. See here. See, he does not have access. See, policies granted because he has a default access, right?
Yeah.
Default not have his access to accounting, correct?
Yeah.
So he has a permission denied. How do we fix it? So now let's attach that NUD to the
Secret.
accounting.
Yeah. Accounting
Ah,
policy. Sorry.
yeah. So how do we do that? So this is the ways. Okay. So this is the command and token policies, accounting. So let me copy paste. Where is accounting? Done. So here I'm specifying using root. Hey, NUD will have accounting policies. Wait. Uh, Vault, right? Accounting policy is created, right? Let me check. Vault policy list. Come on, I'm the root. No. Oh, just now I created. Anything I did? Vault status. I think. Which user this is? Should be root. Okay, no problem. I'll log in one more time. Maybe I logged in some other user. That's because of confusion. So where is
So,
my?
similar to whoami command in Unix, is there any command available to check which user is it?
Yeah, status. It was coming that same, but now. So see here, accounting is not there. So I have not
Yeah,
created accounting. So my
yeah.
bad. That's the reason that last command was failing. So let me create accounting first. So here is a command for accounting, and that is
That is fixed.html actually.
I'll fix this. So here it is. Okay.
Okay.
So now I'm creating the accounting policy. I think I've created accounting.scl. Yes, already there. Done. Now I have accounting. Uh, this one policies also. Now using black one, which is a I have to attach it also, right? So I have to
Mm.
attach it. So for that, user, this one, I'm attaching to the node. This is my white root. I did this. Now I'll go to the black one, which is logged in as a node. And now if I try to see, got it?
Mm. Understood.
So what do you have to do? Simple. First thing, create a policies. What you want to keep in policies, path and access. And then you attach that policy to the user or app role or token, and then he will have access. Okay. So
Yeah.
now this is the way. There's some command here and there, but you have to understand. So now here some privileged one, if you remember, let me try to see that privileged one. Clear the screen. Privileged p1, it should be denied, right? But it is allowed. Why? So vi accounting.scl. Let me check. Accounting API token metadata. This should be denied. Or metadata. No, it's not. And what is it denied? Accounting data. Okay, API token is allowed. So let me try to change this to the privileged one. Okay, and it should be denied. So API token. Let me modify here only. API data, API tokens privileged. Say, just a second. Accounting. Just a second. Let me check why it's allowed. Clear the screen. This is allowed. This is allowed. So it's allowed, but it's not taking. Did I do any mistakes? Let me check. Privileged. I'm denying actually. You're also denying. You're also denying. I think somewhere I'm making mistakes. But what? Let me check this. Counting data, metadata. Counting data, metadata. Under this API token, privileged. Let me check the spelling mistakes. Yeah, I think it was a spelling mistake.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some spelling mistake. So yeah, this way there's some spelling mistake. I have to correct it. Okay, so privilege. Okay, I understood now. It's a I, and I'm denying to this one actually. See that?
Oh,
That's a mistake. Okay, so here I put it this one wrong. So it's a good for the troubleshooting also. Okay, so that way it's allowed. So now if I try and you get this, the right path where it's a denied, so you get this one. Okay, so this is the way you will have to work with it. So now if you see that this guide, all the SCL file you have downside, same tutorial, all the commands, but you have to use some of the logic because 100% is not in flow for sure, but with the logic you can make out.
yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, so now this is the policies, and you can design the policies as per your things. Now next session, which is the most important one, which only we are spending time, and that is called secret engine. So secret engine, I will talk about the key and value, and one of the options we'll use, I'll check that which options I have, maybe
Mm-hmm.
AWS or database,
Mm-hmm.
and accordingly I'll show the demo for that. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, then see you tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Rajesh.
Thank you.